Hi everyone, it's Callum Bose here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to integrate Knack with AI and Google search to do some pretty powerful stuff. So the end result is going to be this. So we can say add a business to a Knack app and its website and create it. And then in a couple of seconds, we're going to find out automatically who the owner is and a little bit of information about it. So I'm going to show you how to achieve that with AI and Google with the help of Make. Okay, so what I've got here is firstly a Knack app, very simple with user roles enabled so we can log in, and one table called businesses. The businesses has a short text field, business name, and another short text field website, and a paragraph text field to accept the results of the analysis by AI. Then we have that page that we just saw, which has a table of businesses and a form to add a business. And this form to add a business triggers a Make workflow. So in Make, I've already set up my workflow. So firstly, we've hooked up the Knack app, and we've said on the submit of that new business form, we're going to run the workflow. When that business form submits, we also get information that we submitted. So the business name and the record ID of the business record. Now, this next step is running a Google search through a customizable programmable search engine. So to set that up, we need to create a programmable search engine and hook it up to Make, which I'll show you now. So to search Google from Make, we need to make a programmable search engine and then hook it up to a Make workflow. So we're going to go to programmablesearchengine.google.com and we're going to click Get Started. I'm already logged in to my Google account. Now I'm going to create a new one. I'm just going to call this demo. I'm going to go search the entire web, and I'm not a robot. And I'm going to create it. Okay, now I'm going to go to Customize. And I need a couple of bits of information here. I need the search engine ID, and then I also need to make an API key. So I'm going to go down to API key, and I'm going to click Get Started for programmatic access. Then I'm going to click Get a Key. Okay, so I'm going to go create a new project. Okay, here we go. So I can show key and copy that. All right. So now I have a programmable search engine set up, and now I need to actually use it from Make. So I've got a blank Make scenario here, and I'm going to select HTTP, and I'm going to go make a request. Okay, then the URL is going to be this, googleapis.com/custom search /v1. Then I'm going to need a couple of query string parameters. So I'm going to need my API key. I'm going to need CX, which means the search engine ID. And then I'm going to need a query, which is Q. So now I've got the name of each of these query string parameters. Now I need to actually put in my correct values. So my API key, my search engine ID, and my query. So let's just say now if this is all working, I should be able to run this module and I should get some search results back. So I go to the output, I go data, and I've got something wrong. No, I've got it I've got some information here. So one final thing I need to do is automatically pass the response, and then it will be more user-friendly for me to read. So let's run it again. And I'll look at the data I get back. So we get a bunch of stuff, but what I'm interested in is the items. And you can see in here that we've got basically what you'd get on the front page of a Google search. You get like a snippet or a bit of text, and you get a link to the website, and you get a title as well. So there's some useful data there, even though we don't get, not like we get the full results, but it can be useful for certain things. And yeah, so we've managed to search Google and get the first 10 results, preview of the first 10 results through Make. Okay, so now that you know how to set up a programmable search engine, I can explain this step to you. So we've got it hooked up to our search engine. We've got the API key, search engine ID, all input. And now this time our query is going to be filled with Knack data as well. So we're going to say who owns field 19, and that field 19 is the business address. So we're basically saying who owns Patagonia.com. Okay, so we trigger from Knack, we run a Google search with that particular query, and now we're going to use OpenAI to analyze those results and find out who the owner is. So I've already hooked it up to my OpenAI account, and if you don't know how to do that, you can see my previous video on how to hook up Knack AI. So I've configured this. I've done create a chat completion. I've used GPT 3.5 model, and then I've set up a message. So as a user, we are asking the AI, who's the owner of whatever we've said is the business. So in this case, we're saying Patagonia.com, but whatever we've filled in based on the text below. And then we've given it some parts of the Google search results. So we've given it the title of all the Google search results and the snippet from all the Google search results. So that's basically the text data that you would be able to read on the first page of Google before you click through to any of the websites. So that will eventually output some information, which is basically what we're going to save back to Knack. So that'll output like an answer based on what it read. And then the last thing that we're doing is we're saving that to our Knack app. We're saying update a record in the businesses table. We're going to update that same record that we triggered off, and we're going to find the first choice and give it the content of that choice. So if we run this once more and try a new one, we'll be able to see that in more detail. So let's see what happens when we do Knack.com. Okay, so the output of the Google search is a bunch of Google search results. And then let's see what AI have made of it. So the output of the AI is we can go into choices, the first choice, and its message. And in this case, it didn't find information about who owns Knack. But we've used that content and saved it back to the Knack record. And so when we refresh, we should see, okay, we didn't find an owner of Knack.com. Let's just try it with one more. Let's go Amazon. Okay, here we go. Now let's see what it says. There we go. The owner of Amazon is Jeff Bezos. So yeah, now you can search Google from an input in a Knack app and analyze the results. You can do all sorts of fun things. You could figure out who the CEO of companies are. You could get a summary about a certain person who has applied for a job according to Google. You could figure out what are the top sites to see if for a certain city that you want to travel to. All sorts of fun things you could do.